You've been lied to about YouTube growth. Forget SEO hacks, AI, and faceless YouTube automation. This is how to actually blow up your channel in 2024 from scratch for free. I'm sharing every single secret I know. No BS. So I'm gonna cut right to it. You're asking your head right now, who the F is this guy? Well, I'm Drew. I'm 24 and I've spent the last 5 years of my life grinding away on social media. And I've achieved over 5 billion views across my own and my clients' projects. Yes, billion with a B. I've built my own channel to over 1 million subscribers, led strategy to help others do the same. And my most recent channel, I monetized it within 18 days. Now it's earning $3,000 in profit per month. My point is, this isn't a theory. This is battle tested. And I'm not some faceless guru hiding behind numbers. I'm not a guru at all. I'm a creator. I think selling courses are cringe and I will never sell you one. I believe all education should be free, as hard work should be the only thing that determines success on YouTube. You can see my channels, my journey, and my failures because everything is public. But let's address the elephant in the room. This is an hour-long video. That's because it goes over every single strategy I know. And that's important because if you only take away one strategy from this video, you're missing the point. They all combine to form the ultimate strategy. And once we start, I'm not using fancy brain rot editing to force you to watch. If you want to watch, it's because you're here for the actual strategies that are going to make you achieve YouTube success in 2024. So let's begin. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a YouTuber growing up. And of course, everyone starts out with their first Minecraft Let's Play video. And what happens? You put so much time into your first video, and then everyone at school finds it and you delete your channel because you're embarrassed. The point is, I've failed on YouTube before, and it took me a while to really understand what sets apart bad content from good content that will help you get success. And I think I've cracked the code because in doing so, I've been able to do some pretty cool stuff. Earlier this year, Ubisoft flew me and a bunch of other creators out. We did a whole pirate adventure thing for a campaign. That was tons of fun. I went to Vegas with my friends and we did a thing with Swoop. That was amazing. And I've grown my own channel to 1.1 million subscribers as of today. And I've made some amazing friends by consulting for some of my friends like Brad and Benji. Check out how good Benji is doing. This is where we started working together. 2.2 billion. Yeah. And I don't own a Lambo, by the way. I actually own a rusty Ford F-150 that has about 300,000 kilometers on it. It probably needs to be replaced soon. The reason I want to share my knowledge is because I see so much bad advice out there. Is SEO a viable strategy? Sometimes. Although it's a very slow strategy. And if you want to make this your career, you can't afford to wait 2 years to see success. And by that time, AI might have outpaced everything that SEO is almost irrelevant. You want to see success within 3 months. I think that is completely achievable. AI automation is a big frustration I hear on my end because all of the people preaching it aren't actually showing it for what it actually is. They say ChatGPT can write you a script and then you can easily throw it into like some AI voiceover and you print money. That is completely wrong. Have you ever looked at an AI image? They look nice, but they don't look clickable for a YouTube thumbnail. You need to understand graphic design. You need to understand Photoshop. You need to understand viewer psychology. I don't know if you've asked ChatGPT to make you a script before, but they sound dog shit. Like it's always the testament to this, the summary of. It's not dramatically optimized to give a narrative that humans are accustomed to. We thrive on stories. And AI right now is not good at telling stories. The truth is about AI automation is most likely you will not succeed. And anyone that has succeeded in AI automation, it's survivorship bias because those that are succeeding have significant capital and skin in this game. And they have automation softwares that are built for this sole purpose alone. I know people in the back end who have spent over hundreds of thousands of dollars building out tools that will literally do just this one task. Odds are you don't have 100 grand to spend on a YouTube channel. So how are you going to beat these people if they have all of this money? It's like if you're at a farmer's market and you and your neighbor are both selling watermelons. Let's say you grow the exact same type of watermelon and they turn out to be pretty close in quality. Your neighbor's selling them for $1 cheaper. How are you going to compete with that? Everyone is going to go to your neighbor because there's no reason for them to go to you. How would you beat your neighbor in that situation? You sell better watermelons. And that's what we want to achieve because when you sell better watermelons, you're building a better watermelon brand. When you have a bigger brand, you can get more opportunities. Watermelons is YouTube in this analogy. So let's do this shit. All right. We need to pick a niche, but how are we going to do that when everyone is saying niches are oversaturated and then the people that do find the undersaturated niches Don't share them publicly. Well, I have come up with the hobby theory that will give you the perfect answer to that question. So I want you to take you as a person. You are interested in multiple different things. Out of probably the majority of those things, other people are also interested in them. They could be movies, they could be video games, they could be gardening. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. But because other people are also interested in them, you can create a channel around that hobby. And because it's something that you're already good at or that you're interested in, you're gonna have more knowledge than other people in that topic, which is immediately going to set your channel out from the rest because you have so much knowledge you bring. In business terms, this is called a moat. So this protects you from other people coming in and beating you at views, because in order to compete with you, they're going to have to research this entire media franchise, which is a lot of time and a lot of work, and most people just won't put in the hours. Another common piece of advice I see thrown out a lot is start a channel that has a very high RPM. The one thing you need to know about these types of channels is that they're very competitive. Almost all of the information has been said before, so it's going to be very hard to stand out. Usually the people that see success in these types of niches have significant amounts of success on YouTube already. So if you don't have a ton of success yet, you're going to start one of these channels. It's going to be very, very hard to get views. And then you're going to say, what's the point? I've posted 10 videos and I haven't gotten views. I'm going to give up. So instead, I suggest starting one channel, something that you already are interested in, proving your skills there. And then if you want to move on to a higher RPM channel in the future, you know what's going to work and you can adapt your strategy to the new niche. So don't build a cash cow channel, build a channel you actually care about. Another thing I see thrown out a lot is shorts versus long form. I've done both, and here's the honest truth about these things. Shorts, you need to achieve at least 600 million short views a year in order to earn $120,000 a year, which is what I would classify as upper middle class. You're living a good lifestyle. You can afford to live in almost any city. As opposed to long form, with at about an average of a $4 to $5 RPM, you only need 2.4 million views a year to earn 120K. One sounds a lot easier than the other, but the common argument I hear is that shorts are a lot easier to go viral with, and they're a lot easier to create. Yes, that is true, but what if I told you that the skills you learn in shorts are very adaptable over to long form? You just need to make some minor tweaks into your strategy. Another important thing I think I don't see talked about too much between long form and shorts is brand loyalty. Short form viewers are not sticky viewers, meaning that they're not likely to actually love you as a human being or you as a brand. Long form viewers spend so much time with your content that they are more likely to purchase from you in the future, watch your new videos, and listen to what you have to tell them. If you're thinking about growing a brand or a business, or even just wanting to become famous, you want a viewer base that is going to come back and listen to your things because maybe you have a product to sell in the future. Maybe you have an opportunity that you need their help on. What's going to help you achieve your goals faster? I'd argue it's long form. But if you're still dead set on shorts, all the strategy in this guide will still apply. Here's some insane quick value I'm going to drop right now. The first one is my theory called the 75% theory. And it's basically don't edit your videos. And you're probably saying right now, what are you talking about? That's going to make the video boring. No one's going to watch it. Kind of. I say that if we split up a video's success into a 100% graph, I'd argue that 75% of the factors that determine YouTube success come in the first 30 seconds of your video. So if you have to split up that 100% into effort, I would spend 75% of your effort in the first 30 seconds of your video. How does that make any sense? Let me explain. You have a video idea. If your video idea isn't good, you've limited how many people are even going to click on that video. You then have a thumbnail and a title. If they're not good, you've limited that number down lower to how many people are likely to click on that. Okay, let's say you do get someone to click on that. Let's say your hook is bad. Well, now they've clicked off and they're not even watching your video. So you can have the most highly optimized editing out there. But if nobody's going to click and nobody's going to stay in the first 30 seconds, what is the point? So it makes more sense to me to focus on ideas, titles, thumbnails, and hooks, because that's the majority of what people are going to see. And if you optimize these things over editing the back half of the video, you're going to get better at them, which is going to lead to more success faster. Other 25% is the rest of the editing the video. And I would argue that is just not screwing up the video. So that's just not like destroying the pace or going off in a tangent. It's about keeping the flow. Another big valuable thing about the algorithm is that it loves long videos. YouTube's success is determined by watch time. So the more minutes someone spends watching your videos, the more of your videos in the future are going to be recommended to them. So putting that into practice, you roughly have to put the same amount of effort into an 8-minute video as opposed to a 30-minute video. Yes, there is a little bit of difference. The 30-minute video is going to take longer to do. It'll be a little bit harder, but roughly if we're looking at this from idea, title, thumbnail, hook, most of the time when someone clicks on a video and they stay after the hook, they're likely going to watch the video unless you screw it up and go off in weird tangents or what's so not, yada, yada, yada. So if we make longer videos, we'll get more people to watch more minutes on our channel, which will get YouTube to recommend our videos more to the audience that we're building. I have a mega increased watch time hack that I am only going to reveal at the end of this video because not a lot of people are talking about this. And this is the exact same strategy I used to monetize my channel in 18 days. So you're going to want to stick around for that one.
I said mega value, so I'm going to drop even more value. I will break down, analyze, and give you a strategy for your YouTube channel for free. Because on my newsletter, every single week we take one subscriber and we give them a full strategy deep dive so that everyone can learn full strategy from titles, ideas, thumbnails, scripting, editing, you know it. So click the link in the description if you'd like that done for your channel.
So YouTube algorithm, what is it? Is it a robot? Is it a bunch of code going? No, every single person that is on YouTube is a real person. Hopefully with AI, you don't know anymore, but you need to think about this from a human angle. You're not appealing to an algorithm. You're appealing to an audience. Don't think about it as I want to make horror videos for the horror algorithm. I want to make horror videos for people that love watching horror. When you do this, you can more clearly understand who your target viewer is. And when you know your target viewer, you know what types of videos to make. And when we know what type of videos to make, we know what type of video styles we want to do. Look at your competitors, the other people making videos that you like in this niche that you're trying to go into. Understand the type of editing styles they do. Maybe you don't need the highly optimized brain rot editing in something like finance, but maybe you do if you're doing memes. So when you deeply understand your audience, you're able to give them the type of videos they want to watch. And you can find this out by looking at outliers of other successful channels in that niche. So what is an outlier? This is basically a video that has performed significantly better than the other videos that that channel usually posts. I would look at tons of these and try to find the theme between the outliers and then build your channel around the outliers. So your channel is only doing outlier content in the beginning. This is going to help you achieve tons of success very quickly early on. Okay, you've got your niche. Now we need to think about branding. My hot take, screw it. Let's figure it out later. Who cares? Just call yourself something and let's get started. Because what will likely happen is we will spend so much time thinking about a name, custom thumbnail designs, imagery, copy, all that sort of stuff. We don't even know what is going to work. Let's start fast. Let's break things. Let's figure out what works, and then we can build branding later. Schedule. I see a lot of different things posted around this. I would argue to try to post at least once a week. If you want to see success within 3 months, I think this is the most achievable schedule to work on. All right, channel's ready. We've got our niche. Let's get started. Ideas. We need to go big brain. As I've shown with Markiplier right here, it is big brain time. I'm going to show you exactly how you find amazing ideas in any niche. This is transferable to almost every single niche out there. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for what I call new channel outliers. These are channels that are very small, under 10,000 subscribers, that have had a video do significantly well in the last 30 days. So this channel on screen now is called Mauled. You'll see it only has 4,000 subscribers. And we've got 2 videos right here that are outliers. You can get a tool. I think this is vidIQ's tool. It'll show you the outlier score of each video. So we see on this person's channel what type of content is doing better than other content. Okay, so we've found some ideas that are already popping off. What if they don't exactly fit my channel? Well, that's why we have the niche swap. Basically, this is where you're going to take an idea that has worked on either a large or a small channel, and you're going to swap that over to your niche. So I think Ludwig was the first one to start this trend on YouTube, where he posted, I made a secret YouTube channel to prove it's not luck. Got 6 million views, which is a really good video for Ludwig. So then you see Alex Ramosi did that exact same idea, but swapped it over to his niche. I built 4 businesses in a row to show it's not luck. The key point here is the framing of the idea. Functionally, these videos are the same, just the topic is different. So instead of YouTube channel, Alex is talking about business. But you could easily apply this to your niche. Let's say you make gaming content and you're really good at games. I hit top 500 in Overwatch 5 times in a row to show it's not luck. There's your topic. Do that exact. I built 5 gourmet cakes. You get the idea. Another strategy we can utilize is word swapping. So this is where you can take outlier videos that are in similar niches to you and swap the words in the title. So we've got this video from Drew Does, where he spent 100 hours in the world's richest city. And we see that we have Phidias posted a video, I spent 100 hours in the world's poorest country, which we could further ideate to, I spent 100 hours in the world's dangerous city. You see the idea. By using these 2 strategies, we can come up with tons and tons of topics, and it ensures that we almost never run out of ideas. If you're wondering how I'm finding all these outliers, you can use this tool by Mr. Beast called View Stats Pro. It's very helpful, but it's not needed. If you want to do this just the old fashioned way, start a private tab on your and then search by most recent, and you should be able to find outlier videos. Okay, we've got our ideas. What do we title it? Well, I'm here to help, because titles are going to make or break your channel. Your title and thumbnail are your biggest opportunity to stand out next to your competitors. And a lot of advice I see is copy what works, which is only telling half of the story. You can't directly copy what has already worked because you're not going to stand out next to your competitor. You need to find a way to stand out in your niche. And I think the best way to do this is to look at what other niches brandings are doing and bring that branding over to your niche. So we've got this guy in the medical space. This is a good thumbnail, but what if we brought that over to gaming? What if we brought that over to cooking? You're seeing the idea. And so you can see this actually already being done. This thumbnail format, I think, was popularized by Diary of a CEO, which is like a huge new channel. And the reason why is because their thumbnails are amazing. But you can see on this gaming video, they're taking that exact same concept. This is a way to stand out in the gaming community, because I don't think this type of thumbnail style was seen in gaming videos before. Okay, but what do I say in my title then? Well, you need to understand marketing principles. And to help you learn these marketing principles, I have Patrick Starr here to demonstrate. It's called a hook. I can do a Patrick Starr impression. But anyways, as we can see, hooks everywhere. A hook defined by marketing is something that's going to get someone to commit an action you want them to do. So a hook in this sense is going to get someone to click on your video. So how do we do that though? We do that by opening curiosity loops. And who is really good at this? So I've collected some amazing headlines that are going to open curiosity loops in your mind right now. New twist and tale of Charlotte, the pregnant virgin stingray. What? How is that possible? Why are we talking about a stingray? You want to find out what happens, so you're going to click this article. Doctor discovers mystery fish on garden lawn and keeps his pet. That's a viral video right there. Why is the fish on your lawn? Why are you keeping it as a pet? Where did it come from? You want to know the answer, so that's going to make you click on the video. Pringles thief told police, once you pop, you can't stop. What is he popping? Stop what? Why are we stealing Pringles? They're not very expensive. The point is, these 3 headlines all open a curiosity gap in your mind. You want to find out the answer. We want to take that psychology and bring that over to YouTube titles. Here I have Diary of a CEO again, because I think they're really good at doing this. Let's look into some of these videos. Robert Greene, how to seduce anyone, build confidence and become more powerful. If you're a young male that sees this pop up on his timeline and you're maybe a bit insecure and you want to try to learn how to attract more women, this is going to appeal to you. This opens a curiosity gap. You don't need 8 hours of sleep. So this video is setting up the curiosity loop that this person, this expert from Harvard, is going to prove to us that we've been lied to about health. We want to know if we've actually been lied to or not. I don't know if any of this is actually a lie or not, but the thumbnail does a good job of getting you to click, and the title goes hand in hand with that. A good way to think about titles is to imagine the viewer is a crazy emotional person. We all know this meme, you don't want to be my girlfriend anymore. Of course I'll marry you. You want to play on people's emotions to make them feel inclined to click on the video. You're competing with many other videos on the platform. What makes yours stand out? Your thumbnail might catch their attention right away. If you play upon that emotion, they'll want to watch it right away instead of later, where they're most likely going to forget about it. And probably the most important thing, keep it short and sweet. Don't be an actually. I've shown these amazing images to demonstrate what an actually is. Don't over explain what you're talking about. Don't give away all of the sauce yet. We've got to play a game of push and pull with the viewer. If you over explain, why do I need to watch your video? Exactly. Now on to thumbnails. This is the juicy stuff, because this goes hand in hand with your titles, and this is where you're really going to stand out. And to show thumbnails, I have collected a bunch of the thumbnails I've worked on for my channels, And you can see I've had a lot of fun with them. Look at me, I'm so happy. The first thing you're probably gonna ask right now is, okay, that seems kind of hard to do. I'm not good at graphic design. I don't understand Photoshop. Well, I'm here to tell you, you don't need to hire someone for this. I think it's extremely important to understand what type of thumbnails work for you. And I don't think you learn that skill by outsourcing it. Even if one day you want to outsource your thumbnail creation, if you don't understand what works, how do you know what to actually tell the designer to make? So this is why you should learn it. There's so much potential here. So much potential to do cool stuff, to stand out. I love thumbnails. Amazing. Do not hire people for this. You're strong and independent. You're going to become a boss YouTuber. You can do this yourself. Photoshop is actually not that hard to learn anymore. With all the tools it has on it in Gen AI, it is very easy to make some really nice looking thumbnails. They're not going to be perfect, but they're going to be much better than stuff you were going to be able to create 5 years ago. You can learn how to do almost everything on Photoshop on YouTube tutorials or just by searching how to do XYZ on Photoshop. XYZ being whatever you want to learn. I would suggest collecting thumbnails that you really like and try to understand how to remake them in your own style. Okay, so everyone says we need to steal thumbnails like an artist. As you can see, this is super common on YouTube. You see thumbnail formats thrown around everywhere. This format that was popularized by the Diary of a CEO has been transformed over to this gaming channel. So we need to understand what is bad stealing versus good stealing. So Sam Bucha did a video on this recently where he showed the worst copycats on YouTube. As you can see by the background of his thumbnail, every single person's thumbnail is exactly the same. This is bad stealing because basically if you're copying someone else's thumbnail, you're not going to be able to beat them because they've already satisfied that demand for that video. So why would they come to you, who is likely a smaller creator who is less established, just using the same thumbnail? You're not going to stand out, you're going to lose. But then we see how we can steal effectively. We take the elements that work of a video, but we bring that in a completely new style. A great example of this are these two creators who were talking about the YouTube sphere. You can see that these are two very different styles of YouTube videos. I'd say that the bottom one appeals more to women while the top one appeals more to men, but I think they're both effective in what they're trying to achieve. April's video here does a really good job at catching your eye in a way that is new and exciting. If you haven't seen something like this, even if you saw a video that's how to make a killer thumbnail in 2024, this might provide you a new insight on that topic. Idea, title, thumbnail. We're ready to start writing our script. And if you heard that and you started dreading, that's a bad sign. Scripting is the most important thing. I just realized I've been saying this has all been the most important thing. I guess because it's all important. Scripting is important though. That's the point I'm trying to get across. And we've got this guy named George Blackman. I view him as Jesus because he is very informed of what he talks about. He knows how to write a good script. Let's dive in. So we have Patrick Starr back to tell us that hook over everything. Hook over everything. If your hook is bad, people go off your video. They're not watching it. You're not achieving anything. Patrick has got 10 hooks in his mouth right now. That's how important he thinks hooks are. So obviously Patrick is right. We need to listen to Patrick. Okay, but how do I write a script, Drew? Like I don't know how to write a script. How do I learn? Well, I got one book for you. I think it's $10 on Amazon. It'll get you 60% of the way there, and that's Save the Cat. Very, very good book. I recommend you read it. So we've got George Blackman and Save the Cat. What now? Well, I've got the secret script writing formula just from you. This is the 75% theory in practice. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna create a curiosity loop from your title and your thumbnail. So your title and thumbnail is gonna set up a question in your viewer's mind. You're then gonna deliver on that question with a very bold hook that plays on the emotion of the viewer. So you're just gonna confirm the packaging is what this is called. Basically, if you have a video that's setting up 10 ways to get rich in 2024, make sure that your hook is telling them that this is how they're gonna get rich in 2024. This is now where people run into issues. They think, okay, we can just start our video. Wrong. We need to raise the stakes. Basically, this serves as another hook to give them a reason to watch to the end. They've clicked on the video to watch this first part, but now we need to give them more of a reason to watch. And we do this by using words that up the ante of our script. So common words that are used are, but I bet you didn't know that the cat is actually green. But what if I told you that asteroids are actually made of cheese and the government is hiding it from you? But what if I told you that mathematics is actually wrong and that 2 + 4 doesn't actually equal 6 and Einstein lied to us? You see what I'm doing? I'm upping the stakes of the idea to give them more of a reason to watch. And then if you're making educational content, you need to establish your authority. Basically, this is going to prove to the viewer that you know what you're talking about. And we do this by saying, I'm a pro gamer who spent 1,000 hours playing Apex Legends. I'm an XYZ expert. This is why you should listen to me. I have a Harvard doctorate, etc. If you don't have any of these things, you should ask the question, why are you trying to make educational content? Are you really the person that should be educating? So we have our intro formula. We have our 75% done. Now we can write the rest of our script. This is what an effective script is going to look like. This section on my screen right now is the 75%. Now we're going to rehook our audience to watch the first point we're making in our video. They're going to start to think about dropping off as we talk about this topic. So then we need to rehook them again into the second topic. And then we need to continue, rehook again into the third topic, again, rehook into the outro, which I'll talk about in a bit. We do this by using transitional sentences. Basically what this is just another hook. Whatever point you're going to make next in your video, whatever payoff you set up, now you need to provide an alternate thing about that. The most beginner friendly way to look at this is to treat this as 3 different mini videos. We have our intro, point 1, point 2, point 3, 3 mini videos. Just do a transitional hook where we raise the stakes again. So that is how the green frog went to the pool last Friday. But I bet you didn't know his cheating ex-wife actually came back, and you get the idea. And we do that again and again, and that's how we're gonna hold retention. Okay, I got that. What do I say in my script? Well, an average script right now looks like reveal, then context. What does this mean? Today, we're gonna talk about 10 Adobe Premiere Pro editing techniques. The first one is the J-cut. The J-cut is XYZ, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we get the idea. The problem with this type of scripting is that you're busting too quick. You're telling them the information too quickly. So why would they stay to learn more? It doesn't make any sense. What we need to do is we need to give context and then do the reveal. What if I told you there was this Premiere Pro editing technique that will give you more retention on videos, help you get smoother transitions, and give you better effective pacing in your overall video? It's called a J-cut. See what I did there? I made you want to learn what a J-cut was before even telling you what the name of the editing technique was. To give you a concrete example, this is a short script I wrote for a video idea I had. This is about cartoons that got changed in different countries. So our hook is, did you know that in some countries, cartoons got changed for the weirdest reasons? The rising context I give, you think it'd be violence or bad language, right? Wrong. So I have raised the stakes in the video. Reveal. First up, Tiny Toon Adventures. A classic from the 90s. One episode, one beer was banned because, wait for it, it showed underage A few seconds of a cartoon character having a beer was enough to get it axed. Extreme, right? But it gets even weirder is setting up the next point I'm gonna make, which is even weirder than the first one. Japan, an entire episode of Pokemon was banned because it literally caused seizures. Flashing red and blue lights, no joke. So you see how I am ordering my information here. I'm saying what the episode was, but I'm not mentioning why it was changed or banned till the end of my sentence. And then I have my transitional sentence again. And just when you think it can't get crazier, so this is setting up for the third point to be the most craziest. Peppa Pig. Okay, I've told you what the cartoon is. Why did it get banned though? This adorable cartoon had a scene removed in Australia because of a seemingly harmless spider. Why? This is setting up a curiosity gap in your mind. Why would a spider get it banned off the air in Australia? Because Australia has venomous spiders. Okay, what's the point? And they didn't want the kids playing with them. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Video's already over now. I've achieved good retention because by the time that they've gotten what they're looking for, the video is done. We've got our script. Let's not screw up the video now. Just don't go off in tangents. Use effective scripting to keep your idea flowing smoothly. When you go off in tangents, you're gonna lose retention. Unfortunately, I'm about to piss off a lot of people because I have some very hot takes about editing. To demonstrate what I mean, I have 2 triggered beams that effectively showcase how a lot of people watching this are gonna look after I mention this. I don't think it's that important. I know that's a crazy statement to say right now on YouTube, but just hear me out first before throwing tomatoes. I think that editing is mostly about not screwing up a video after you set the hook. Don't fuck it up. Just don't F it up, dude. That's all you gotta do. I think you go really hard on the edit in the first 30 seconds and then you just relax a bit. You don't need to put in as much effort on the back end, but just don't switch things up too much. Don't make it too crazy. Don't ruin the pacing. Don't go off in tangents. Don't screw it up. But that also means don't just not do anything. Don't make the first 30 seconds super highly edited and then the last part is like you have rambling, stumbling over your sentences. That doesn't make any sense. Just don't screw it up. And again, we have that 75% rule here. Focus 75% in that first 30 seconds beforehand with title and packaging. The last is the 25%. All you gotta do, keep your editing consistent, use it to keep pacing healthy. You may think editing is very hard. You're right, a lot of it is. An easy way to establish yourself though is to learn sound design, which is not as hard to actually implement. Learn sound design, music, and how to influence emotions with your music choices to set pacing. You're gonna be golden. You'll be making amazing videos. Okay, our first video is done. Great. Let's double down. Let's grow some more. Did you know that 90% of gambling addicts actually quit before they're about to strike it big? Well, same with YouTube. We're gonna build a core audience. Basically, we're gonna make friends and we're gonna have soft tacos later. We need to build a core audience that is gonna be loyal and love us. And we do this by building what's called a view floor. Basically, out of the last 30 videos that you've uploaded, your view floor is what your lowest average looks like. And we wanna get that to be as high as possible, is that's gonna give us more consistent revenue. We do this by scratch by first doing a bunch of wildly different ideas, all within the same niche, but you gotta do a bunch of different approaches, find out which one works and double down on it until you build your core audience. And then we wanna expand up again to attract new viewers. Let's say you're doing a documentary channel about advertising. Let's do multiple different takes on advertising for the first 10 videos, see what did the best, and then keep innovating on that idea with different topics maybe. Then once you've built that consistent core audience, that audience is gonna know that your channel is good. They're gonna be satisfied with the content that they're watching, so they're more likely to come back in the future. That's when you can expand out again to more broad ideas. And now we can finally think about branding. I know I said screw it in the beginning, but now is finally time to think it. We can now think about how we wanna show our channel to the world. The most important way to think about this is not by your channel banner, is not by whatever catchphrase you use. It's about how can you prove that a video is your video. We do this with our thumbnails. The most common example of how to do this is faces. If you like a creator, you're gonna understand what their face looks like. And when you see their face on different thumbnails, you're gonna know that that's that creator's. You don't have a face, you need to find a way to do this without showing your face. That could be colors you use, that could be effects you use on your thumbnails, that could be text that you use. Find something that means it's a you video and stick with it. And now the part everyone has been waiting for. Let's make some shmoney. Because if you tell me that you saw me in your dreams if I wasn't getting money, wasn't me. And we're gonna do this by being shameless as hell. This is a full screen grab from one of my videos. Load that shit with mid-rolls every 30 seconds because this is gonna double your RPM at least. It does not negatively affect viewer retention no matter what anyone is gonna tell you otherwise. Load it with mid-rolls. You're putting all this work into a video, you might as well earn as much money as possible from it. As you can see here, this video had tons of mid-rolls and it got almost a $10 RPM. When on average, my RPM was like 450 on this channel. And probably the most important thing now is about understanding the offer that you have with your channel. And so now I've broken this up into 3 different sections. We have our entertainment creators, we have our educational creators, and then we have brands or businesses that are creating on YouTube. I'll start from most common to least common. Entertainment offer. This makes up the majority of YouTube content, I'd say. You're gonna make money through sponsorships, viral videos, and paid walled content. And you're gonna get famous. That's the biggest perks here. You're gonna be making the most money by doing the craziest ideas. And because you're getting so many viral videos, you're gonna make more money on the viewership side. And let's say you have a podcast that's entertainment based, you're gonna paywall additional content there. And that's how you can upsell to make more money. And then you're gonna use your name and likeness to get sponsorships, go to events, all that sort of stuff. That's that road. Then we have the educational offer. These are the educational creators that are telling you or teaching you how to do things on YouTube. You're gonna make way more money on sponsorships because these sponsors pay a lot more because you've already demonstrated that you're good at converting when you're selling something. You're gonna consult in whatever skill you have. For example, I sell consulting services to creators and businesses on how to market or grow their brand on social media. People are willing to pay me money per hour because I have a niche skill set. You can also further monetize with digital products that are a one-time thing that you build that people can utilize. I'm gonna argue though, don't do courses. Courses are cringe. Do better. That's honestly the truth. I hate when I see people selling courses. Instead, what you should do is sell masterminds. This is a close-knit community of people that you can talk with and help one-on-one in a group setting. I think these are way more effective, effectively can earn the same amount of money, and are way less scammy and scummy. And then for brand or business, you need to understand that you can't focus on views. You're not gonna get a ton of views. You need to focus on building customers because you can get 10 million views, but if none of them are actually your ideal customer, it means nothing for your business. And keep in mind, you can build $1 million business on 10,000 subscribers. It's completely possible. If you have 10,000 people that are each buying a $50 product, that is so much money. You don't need a large channel as a business as long as you're making effective content. All right, we're making money. Our channel's doing well. Let's blow this shit up. And to explain this, I've got the stonks theory. Basically, these are all the actions that you can do to get stonks or not stonks. Who to hire first? We have a lovely candidate here with his suit and tie. We need to figure out if we should hire him or not. What are his skills? Well, you need to hire your weaknesses. So this cat we're going to name Jeffrey, where does he fall on this graph? Is he an editor? This is a low risk hire. This will speed up production time, most likely in your videos. And if you have good ideas, good titles and packaging, and good scripting, most likely it's going to be hard to make a very bad edit. This is likely the most beneficial option. Now we've got hiring a strategist or an ideation. This is a decent idea, but this can be risky because if you're not experienced, you can fumble a good idea. And these are usually very expensive roles. So this is a confused stonks. Be wary about this. I'd argue you should try to learn this skill for yourself, but if you've got money to burn, this is not a bad thing to invest in. Now we've got hiring a scriptwriter. This is very expensive because there's not a lot of them on YouTube. I'm going to 100% argue that you should learn this skill instead, because any scriptwriter that's actually good knows that they're good and they can charge insane prices because nobody else writes scripts. Like the prices can be almost so high that if you're not pulling 10 million views of video, there's no point investing in one because you just can't afford it. You're just going to break even. You might not even break even. So this is a not stonks. Don't do this, learn this instead. This is a very valuable skill that you should learn. What if they make thumbnails? Well, I'd argue you should learn this yourself, but it could be helpful as a role. I think you need to learn this yourself because then you're going to be able to understand what makes a good thumbnail in the future. And then you'll be able to understand and work with your graphic designer or thumbnail artist to make the best thumbnail possible. So this is bonks. Go for it. If you got extra money, I would do editing and thumbnails first. I set this up early in the video and I said that there was one extreme success hack that is going to make your channel blow the F up. And that's why we have ultra mega stonks. And I'm going to tell you what the ultra mega stonk strategy is. This is how you're going to get insane watch time. You're going to set up the hook to your next video in the outro of the video you're currently making. So what this looks like in practice is we have this graph again, video 1, video 2, video 3. We do our first hook in video 1. Okay, we do the video, yada, yada. But at the very end, instead of asking people to like and subscribe and all that bullshit, we're going to hook them into our next video and use an end screen element to get them to click on that. You can see insane amounts of view growth just by doing this. This is such a good strategy and is underutilized. And you need to think about what is more beneficial to you. Subscribers don't matter. Likes don't really matter. What matters is watch time, and you're going to get those likes and subscribers anyways if you're getting more watch time because you're going to get more views. So you're going to build a more loyal audience, you're going to get more success, and you're also going to get more likes and subscribers instead of just asking people to like and subscribe. You see the point? And you do this on every single video in your channel. Set up a whole web of interconnecting hooks that go to different videos, and you can do this to infinity to ensure that all of your videos are going to get views from here on out. Okay, we've learned all this. How do we go further? Right now, I'm going to give you this Lego YouTube play button. This is what you get for listening to this video.
There is one last thing I can do to help you with YouTube growth. Like I said, there is no upsell on the info. I will post everything I know on YouTube, but I can't give personalized insights to every single viewer. That's why I have the Dark Magic Money Mastermind. Silly name, but it is magic. This is an affordable group mastermind that is cheaper than a cup of coffee every single day for a month. And inside, we dive deep on your channels. We'll find hidden ideas that your audience is already craving. I'll help you craft clickable titles and thumbnails that have already proven to be successful. And I'll give you every single strategy to write a compelling script in your channel's niche. All of this is hosted on group calls twice a week by me, where all of the members can come and ask me questions about whatever they want. So all the advice is specifically tailored to your channel. And the price is going up on June 21st. Click the link in the description and let's explode your channel.